Now, first off, before I start this video, I just got one chant to say. Whose house? Hawks house. Whose house? Hawks house. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. But now we got some potential trade rumors on the whereabouts of JJ McCarthy. Let's talk football. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Round Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're talking about the Seattle Seahawks that finished their season on a very high note as they beat the benching Los Angeles Rams as they beat Jimmy Garoppolo to do it in a last stand effort, of course, because it's the Seahawks. They always make it close. But after a 10-win season, the first 10-win season by a Seattle first-year head coach in Seahawks history, by the way, now there's potential rumors spreading about that the Seahawks can make a trade for J.J. McCarthy.
What? What?
And for those of you that don't know, currently he's in Minnesota. There's been a lot of talk on him possibly getting traded to a team if Sam Darnold does actually stay, which I believe he should, just so he can come to Seattle. But man, I'm gonna talk about this. But the question is, should the Seahawks pursue a trade with the Vikings to get JJ McCarthy? And I'm gonna talk about this here in just a second. Before we get started, if y'all do enjoy this video, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about JJ McCarthy. Oh, JJ McCarthy. I do believe they should try to go after him. Because let's look at it this way. If they don't get a quarterback in the draft, they might try this. And I've had my eyes on another quarterback in the draft, Jackson Dart. He's been a guy that's been mainly on my want list. If he doesn't get drafted by Seattle, which he could maybe get drafted in the third or fourth round, which Seattle has a lot of picks to do that, they could go after a guy like this. Because I've watched JJ McCarthy during his time in Michigan. And also, Mike McDonald has some familiarity with the Michigan Wolverines as their former defensive coordinator. JJ McCarthy was there during that time. And think about it. If JJ McCarthy comes to Seattle, you would be looking at a maybe potential future franchise quarterback. Because we already saw what he did in his preseason game against the Raiders when he played for the Vikings. We already seen what his potential is. If he comes to Seattle, he would have a heck of a time there. But of course, I do believe Geno Smith is unfortunately going to start one more year. Maybe Jackson or JJ McCarthy sits behind him, learns for a little while, and then comes in that following year. But here's a mock trade that I have predicted. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. For the trade, I have the Seahawks getting J.J. McCarthy, while the Vikings get Tariq Woolen, a 2025 and second and fourth round pick, and a 2026 third round pick. That's my prediction, because if you give them a few early round picks for both this year and next year, they could do amazing things with that. And I do see a bright future for Minnesota, no matter which way they go. But if JJ McCarthy lands in Seattle, he would have everything he needs. He has a DK Metcalf, which is pending free agency. Hoping these days, but I don't see it. Then you also got Tyler Lockett, that is by far one of the best receivers in Seahawks history, other than, of course, Steve Largent. No disrespect to him. Then you also got JSN. You got an AJ Barner, Noah Fant, Zach Charbonnet, K9, and possibly maybe some other weapons that they might draft on offense, maybe like a tight end or wide receiver. I would love to see JJ McCarthy in Seattle. The way that he looked during college and the way that he looked, I would love for JJ McCarthy to come to Seattle. I don't think the Vikings are going to be that dumb to let him go because he's a big future piece, and I don't entirely trust Sam Darnold once he gets his money. But if the Seahawks go after JJ McCarthy and land him, Seattle could possibly looking at a future franchise quarterback because this guy, I see a lot of potential in him. I see a lot of stuff in him, and JJ McCarthy, please pen coming to Seattle because we would love you here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think the Seahawks are going to go for JJ McCarthy, or if there's another quarterback in free agency or draft? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao for now.